What if the secret to financial freedom was hiding in plain sight? Imagine staring at a stock chart and actually understanding every movement. Most beginners feel confused, overwhelmed, and even intimidated by charts. They see lines moving but cannot decode the story behind them. That confusion often leads to missed opportunities and costly mistakes. But what if reading charts could become simple and intuitive? What if you could predict potential moves with confidence and clarity? Stock charts are not random. They reflect human emotions and decisions. Every spike represents excitement, and every drop reveals fear. Learning to read them means learning how people think collectively. Right now, someone is making money by understanding these patterns. Meanwhile, others are losing because they ignore basic signals. The difference lies in knowledge, not luck or secret strategies. You do not need to be a financial genius to understand charts. You only need the right approach and a simple framework. Think of charts like a language waiting to be translated. Once you learn the basics, everything starts making sense quickly. Suddenly, those confusing lines become meaningful signals and insights. You begin to see trends before they become obvious to others. You start making decisions based on logic instead of emotions. That shift alone can completely transform your investing journey. Most people quit because they believe charts are too complicated, but complexity often hides simple patterns waiting to be discovered. The truth is, professionals rely on basic principles repeatedly. They do not guess, they read what the chart clearly shows, and you can learn to do exactly the same thing. Imagine opening a chart and instantly spotting opportunities others miss. Imagine avoiding losses because you recognize warning signs early. This skill gives you control over your financial decisions. It removes the guesswork and replaces it with clarity. That clarity builds confidence with every trade you make. Confidence then turns into consistency over time, and consistency is what separates winners from beginners in markets. But everything starts with understanding the basics properly. You do not need complex indicators or advanced strategies initially. You need a strong foundation that guides every decision forward. Think about how powerful that could be for your future. A skill that grows with you and compounds over time. A skill that can potentially change your financial direction completely. Yet most people never take the first step to learn. They stay stuck watching others succeed from a distance. You are here because you want something different. You want clarity, control, and confidence in your decisions. That journey begins with understanding stock charts easily. And today, you're about to unlock that understanding. This is not about memorizing complicated theories or formulas. This is about seeing the market in a completely new way, a way that feels natural, simple, and highly effective. Once you see it, you cannot unsee these patterns again. Your perspective on investing will change permanently after this. You will start noticing opportunities you previously ignored. You will make smarter, more informed financial decisions. And most importantly, you will feel in control. So the real question is, are you ready to learn? Because everything changes once you understand how charts truly work. Let us start with the most important concept called price action. Price action simply shows how a stock moves over time. Every chart represents buyers and sellers fighting for control. When buyers dominate, prices rise steadily upward. When sellers take control, prices begin falling downward. This battle creates patterns that repeat again and again. Understanding these patterns is the key to reading charts easily. First, you need to recognize trends clearly and confidently. Trends can be upward, downward, or sideways over time. An upward trend shows higher highs and higher lows consistently. A downward trend shows lower highs and lower lows repeatedly. Sideways trends indicate uncertainty and lack of strong direction. Most beginners ignore trends and focus on random movements. That mistake leads to confusion and poor decision making. Instead, always ask yourself, what is the current trend? This simple question brings clarity instantly. Next, you must understand support and resistance levels clearly. Support is where prices tend to stop falling and bounce upward. Resistance is where prices struggle to rise further and reverse. These levels act like invisible barriers in the market. Traders around the world react to these levels consistently. That is why they become powerful decision-making zones. Imagine a ball bouncing repeatedly between floor and ceiling. That is exactly how prices behave between support and resistance. Once you see this, charts start feeling predictable. Now let us talk about candlesticks, the building blocks of charts. Each candlestick shows price movement within a specific time period. It tells you the opening, closing, highest, and lowest prices. Green candles indicate price increases during that time period. Red candles indicate price decreases during that time period. The size of candles reveals the strength of movements clearly. Large candles show strong momentum in one direction. Small candles indicate hesitation or indecision in the market. These clues help you understand what traders are feeling. Remember, charts reflect emotions like fear and greed constantly. When you understand emotions, you understand the market better. Now think about combining trend with support and resistance. This combination gives you powerful insights instantly. For example, buying near support in an uptrend increases probability. Selling near resistance in a downtrend improves your chances. These are simple strategies used by experienced traders daily. They are not guessing. They are reading patterns logically. Another important concept is volume, which shows trading activity levels. High volume confirms strong moves and growing interest. A low volume suggests weak moves and potential reversals ahead. Volume acts like a confirmation tool for your analysis. It helps you avoid false signals in the market. Beginners often ignore volume and miss critical information, but once you include it, your analysis becomes stronger. Step by step, everything starts making more sense. You begin connecting patterns, trends, and behaviors together. This connection builds confidence in your decisions, and confidence reduces emotional mistakes significantly. Slowly, charts stop feeling complicated and start feeling logical. That is when real progress begins in your journey. Here is something most beginners never realize about stock charts. Charts do not predict the future with absolute certainty. They only show probabilities based on past behavior patterns. This realization changes everything about how you approach trading. You stop trying to be right every single time. Instead, you focus on making better decisions consistently. That shift reduces stress and improves long-term performance significantly. The goal is not perfection. The goal is probability advantage. Even professional traders lose trades regularly without hesitation. What makes them successful is how they manage those losses. They cut losses quickly and let profits run longer. This simple principle separates winners from beginners consistently. Now consider how emotions affect your decisions in trading. Fear makes you exit too early or avoid opportunities entirely. Greed makes you hold too long and ignore warning signals. Charts help you remove emotional decisions from the process. They provide objective data instead of subjective feelings, but only if you follow them with discipline. Another surprising truth is that simple strategies often outperform complex ones. Beginners chase complicated indicators, hoping for better accuracy, but complexity often leads to confusion and hesitation. Simple strategies are easier to follow consistently over time. Consistency is more important than complexity in trading success. Now think about how patterns repeat across different stocks. Human behavior does not change, even in financial markets. That is why patterns from decades ago still work today. This consistency gives you an incredible advantage once recognized. You are not guessing, you are observing repeated behavior. Another twist is that waiting is often the best decision. Many beginners feel the need to trade constantly, but the best opportunities come to those who wait patiently. Charts help you identify those high probability moments clearly. Patience then becomes your strongest weapon in trading. Think of trading like hunting, not random guessing. You wait, observe, and strike at the right moment. This mindset improves your results dramatically over time. Also, not every chart setup is worth trading. Learning to say no is as important as saying yes. This discipline protects your capital and builds long-term success. Now imagine combining patience with proper chart reading skills. That combination creates powerful decision-making ability. You begin acting with purpose instead of reacting emotionally. This transformation separates amateurs from serious traders quickly. You stop chasing the market and start understanding it. That understanding builds confidence with every decision you make. Confidence leads to better execution and stronger results reinforce your learning process continuously. This creates a positive cycle of growth and improvement. Suddenly, charts feel like a guide rather than confusion. You trust your analysis instead of second guessing constantly. This trust is built through practice and experience. There is no shortcut, but the process becomes easier. Once you reach this stage, everything feels clearer. You are no longer guessing, you are analyzing effectively, and that changes your entire relationship with the market. Now you understand that reading stock charts is not complicated. It only requires the right mindset and simple foundational knowledge. Now you have learned about trends, support, resistance, and candlesticks. You have discovered how volume confirms your analysis effectively. Most importantly, you understand the power of probability over certainty. This knowledge alone puts you ahead of many beginners already, but knowledge without action will not change your results. You must apply what you have learned consistently. Start by opening charts and observing patterns daily. Do not rush into trades immediately without proper understanding. Focus on learning first, then gradually take action. Practice identifying trends and key levels regularly. Notice how price reacts around support and resistance zones. Study candlestick behavior and what it reveals about emotions. Over time, your understanding will improve naturally. Confidence will grow as patterns become familiar to you. Remember, consistency is more important than perfection in trading. Small improvements every day lead to significant results over time. Avoid chasing quick profits without proper analysis and patience. That approach often leads to losses and frustration. Instead, focus on building a strong foundation first. Think long-term rather than expecting immediate success. The market rewards discipline, patience, and continuous learning. You now have the tools to start your journey confidently. The next step is entirely up to you. Will you take action or stay where you are today? Opportunities are everywhere for those who understand charts, but only those who act will benefit from them. Start small and build your skills gradually over time. Do not compare your journey with others unnecessarily. Everyone learns at a different pace and speed. Focus on your progress and improvement consistently. Every chart you study adds to your experience. Every mistake teaches you valuable lessons for future decisions. Embrace the learning process instead of fearing mistakes. Growth comes from experience, not just theoretical knowledge. And stay curious and keep exploring new patterns and strategies, but always stick to simple and effective methods initially. Avoid overwhelming yourself with too much information at once. Simplicity will always give you clarity in decision making. As you improve, you can explore advanced techniques gradually, but never forget the basics you learned today. They will always remain the foundation of your success. Imagine where you could be after consistent practice. Imagine making confident decisions without fear or confusion. That future is possible if you stay committed. The journey may take time, but it is worth it. Financial growth requires patience, discipline, and continuous learning. You now have the starting point for that journey. Take action today instead of waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is when you decide to begin. Open a chart and start observing immediately. Apply what you learn and refine your understanding daily. Your future self will thank you for starting today, because everything changes when you take the first step forward. Let me leave you with one powerful truth about stock charts. Mastery does not come from watching. It comes from doing consistently. Every expert you admire once started exactly where you are now. They felt confused, uncertain, and overwhelmed at the beginning too, but they chose to continue learning instead of giving up early. That decision made all the difference in their journey. You now have clarity that most beginners never achieve. You understand how trends guide the direction of price movement. You recognize how support and resistance influence decisions. You see how candlesticks reveal hidden market emotions clearly, and you know that probability matters more than being right always. This knowledge is powerful if you choose to apply it. The market rewards those who take consistent, disciplined action. It does not reward hesitation, fear, or constant second guessing. That is why your mindset matters as much as your strategy. You must trust the process and keep improving daily. Even small efforts compound into significant results over time. Think about how 1 hour of daily practice could transform you. In a month, your understanding will improve dramatically. In a year, you could become highly confident and skilled, but only if you commit to showing up consistently. Many people fail because they expect instant results. They quit before their skills have time to develop fully. Do not fall into their trap of impatience. Stay focused on learning, not just earning money quickly. Money follows skill, and skill follows consistent effort. That is the natural order you must respect. Now imagine yourself 6 months from today. You open a chart and instantly recognize patterns. You make decisions calmly without emotional pressure or fear. You avoid unnecessary risks because you understand the signals. You feel confident, focused, and in control of your actions. That version of you is not far away. It only requires commitment and consistent daily practice. Do not wait for motivation to appear magically. Take action first, and motivation will follow naturally. Discipline creates results, and results create motivation over time. Start with simple charts and analyze them carefully. Ask yourself what story the chart is telling clearly. Is the trend strong, weak, or changing direction? Where are the key support and resistance levels located? What do the candles reveal about market sentiment? Answering these questions builds your analytical thinking skills. Over time, this process becomes automatic and natural. You will no longer feel lost when looking at charts. Instead, you will feel curious and confident exploring them. That transformation is the real goal of learning. It is not just about profits, but understanding deeply. Once you understand, profits become a natural outcome. So commit to your growth starting from this moment. Do not delay, do not overthink, and do not hesitate. Open your first chart and begin your journey today. Learn, practice, refine, and repeat the process consistently. Your future success depends on what you do next, and the best time to start is right now.